God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever. You think that they can't sing all the national anthem here? USA, 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 USA. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kobo Sports Room. Welcome back to another video. This is your review of Ghana versus Comoros, played in the Accra Sports Stadium yesterday, 7 p.m. GMT. And we are coming to review the game. Ghana has qualified for the World Cup 2026 officially. The last video I told you it is unofficial. Ghana had already qualified unofficially, but this time around Ghana has qualified officially, and we are here to talk about the game that happened. We will not waste much time. This video is going to be very, 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 very short. It is a congratulatory messages to the players, to the coaching staff, even to the minister, and even to the GFA to some extent. I mean, we have had our issues with the GFA. They have also had their problems, but this is a congratulation time, and we should congratulate every single body, the supporters union, the GFA, the ministries, the playing body, the non-playing body, or even bus stop boys. They even made sure that the stadium is in a good shape for us to play the game in the Accra Sports Stadium. So this video is not going to be that much long. Click on the subscribe button, press the post notification bell, follow us on our social media platform. Let's move straight into the video. Ghana 1, Comoros 0. Now, before I go into the game, Comoros, we have history with them. We all saw what happened to us in the AFCON and all of that. We needed even a win. We needed even a certain point. We needed even a draw against Comoros to be able to go to the next round. So Comoros, and even in the AFCON qualifiers and all of that, we have had history with them. So Comoros coming here, I was even expecting like 5 goals to 0, 6 goals to 0 for the Ghana Blackstars. But I mean, nothing is for free. Nothing is, it's on a silver platter, because Comoros in the group, I think they had like 15 points. So Comoros has done well. They have really, 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 really done well. So it was not just going to be a walkover. Emotionally, I wanted Ghana to score like 5, 6. But I knew that obviously it was going to be a tough game for Ghana, even though we are playing home. But we needed to win this particular game, to climax our World Cup qualification. Ghana had 25 points, Madagascar had 19 points, and then Mali also had 18 points. Mali could have done something. Mali could have done something. They dropped certain points that wasn't even supposed to be dropped. They dropped a lot of silly points, because I think that Mali in the supposedly, or potentially, if Mali had qualified for the second best placed team, or the top 4 best placed team in the groups, Mali could have done better than Madagascar. I don't see Madagascar, even if they qualify, even if they are ranked top 4 of the second best placed teams, I don't even think they are going to do much there, because that group is also going to be a tough playoff out there. So I would trust Mali to go there to go and do something rather than Madagascar. Madagascar also lost, I think, 3 goals to 0 in Mali, in Bamako, against the Malian national team. But Ghana, the game, it didn't start well. We would all be honest with ourselves. In the first half, it wasn't a game we were expecting, because we were playing home and we were expecting a lot of goals. We dominated the game, yes, but we were expecting patterns of play to be very, very, very smooth. But it looks like in the transition from the midfield to attack, that is the final third of the pitch, we weren't flowing in that part. Kudus was, getting stuck in, taking 1 or 2 players on, but looks like the Comoros people packed, the defense. So we couldn't penetrate from the final third of the pitch into their goal post. So if you could clearly see in the first half, Ghana was even struggling to play a shot on target in the first half. And that shouldn't be so. We are playing against Comoros. They are not, nowadays we could clearly see that there is no small team in Africa. But we needed more. And then the Ghanaian, because of the fans, everybody was, behind the Ghana Black Star. So we needed to do more in the first half, but it didn't go as planned in the first half. Kwesi Zibo was, very, 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 very good in the middle. Thomas Partey, they were, controlling the midfield, because you could clearly see we were dominating the game from the back to the midfield. We were okay, but in the attack, that was where the problem was coming from in the first half, especially in the first half, and even in the entire game. But going to the latter part of the game where Joseph Pinto and then the likes came in, now that was when Kalibi entry coming into the right back row. That was where we started to, bump forward a little bit. We're penetrating a little bit, but we couldn't get the second goal though. But you could see that in the first half, Ghana was struggling to even, put one or two passes in the final third. In our half, we were good. In the defense, we were good. Shatta was doing well in the back there. We saw the first chance that came for Comoros, and we saw how Shatta composed himself and even, getting stuck in, punching one or two balls from the goalpost and all of that. So another clean sheet for Shatta. And Shatta is representing the brand very well. Shatta movement. The brand Shatta movement is being represented in the Ghana Black Stars. So Benjamin Asare, big shout outs to Benjamin Asare. But yes, we didn't do well in the first half. So coming into the second half, we expected more. And then Alidu Seidu is the old-fashioned, right back. I mean, most of you guys will know he is the old-fashioned right back. And when you need supplies from Alidu Seidu, and if you want to rely on Alidu Seidu for supplies, you are not going to get it. So going forward, people are bashing Alidu Seidu, say we're born and all of that, but I think that there are certain games that we will need Alidu Seidu, and there are certain games we might not need him that much, unless we are going to, let's say, the 80 minutes, the 75th minute where we needed to defend. That is where we will need Alidu Seidu. So he is a serious tool, but we have to, implement the tool very well. We have to make sure that we introduce Alidu Seidu in a game where he is needed. Because in a game where Ghana are attacking, we will need our fullbacks to fly the crosses into the box, or to be able to underlap or overlap, so that we will get our wingers, we'll give them options. But Alidu Seidu will not do that. But Kalibi Entry, even though he's a midfielder, when you play as a right back, Kalibi Entry will give you that. Well, sometimes his crossing is not that good, but Kalibi Entry will give you more than Alidu Seidu. Tariq Lamptey will give you more in terms of going forward than Alidu Seidu. And that is what is going to happen in the World Cup. We will need that, because we'll be playing against teams that are relatively, higher than us, or that are relatively, equal to us. So we need to attack. We don't need to sit back. If you want to sit back, Alidu Seidu is the right person for the job. But if you want to attack, Kalibi Entry or any other, right back, Tariq Lamptey or any other one would be okay. So Alidu Seidu, it's not like we're born on boy, but it is, the game and which materials the game demands. You see, say open kruma, unkonkofa moku emfanye kruma. You understand? So yes, that is that for Alidu Seidu. I think all in all, I think he's a brilliant player. He's a good defender. I mean, if you are a defender in your primary role, you can do it very, very, very well. I am happy with you. We didn't see the Jordan Ayew we expected in the game. Kudus scored the goal, assisted by Partey. So big shout outs to Kudus, star boy. He showed up. Most of the Ghanaian people were, rooting for him to score a goal, and eventually he scored the goal in the early part of the second half. And Ghana started to, just possess the ball left, right, center. I mean, all in all, we weren't, in a hurry to get 3 points. Even knowing that Madagascar had lost, we didn't even need much to qualify. We had already qualified because Madagascar lost by 3-0. So all in all, I think Ghana first 25 points, Madagascar second 19 points, Mali 18 points, Comoros 15 points, Central African Republic, and then Chad added Chad in 1 point. Chad. But going forward, I think that there are certain serious issues we need to talk about in the Black Stars. And in the subsequent videos, I'll be giving you what the Black Stars need to be able to do well in the World Cup. Eddie Nketiah and Hudson-Odoi, I have said it on countless occasions. They didn't commit to the Ghana Black Stars when we needed them. So going to the World Cup, I think that no slot should be sacrificed for them. That's what I think. No slot should be sacrificed for them. And it's Eddie Nketiah and Hudson-Odoi an upgrade in our attack? No. They are going to add up to the squad depth, but they are not an upgrade over the attacks we have. Is Eddie Nketiah a better player than Jordan? Are you in the national team? Mind you, in the national team, it's a different ball game altogether. But is Eddie Nketiah coming into the Blackstars? Would he, deliver? Or would he be a top player in the national team than Jordan? Are you? No, I don't think so. And Callum Hudson-Odoi, is he a better winger? Is he a better winger in the national team than the Semeyons, than the likes of, Joseph Pinto, the Kamal Dees, the Fatawu Ishaku? No. So, it is not a necessity. But, I mean, if they come, that's fine. But they should come after the World Cup. I would take them after the World Cup. No slot should be sacrificed for Eddie Nketiah and then Callum Hudson-Odoi. But this guy, Majid Ashimero, Ghana would need Majid Ashimero, because if you watch the game yesterday, you could clearly see that Ghana needed a midfielder, a central midfielder, or a box-to-box midfielder who could drive the ball with power and physique, energy into the final third. Kudus is that kind of midfielder, but I suspect Kudus will play as a winger in the World Cup because we will need him in the wings. In the right wing, they will need Kudus. So I suspect Kudus will play some way, somehow, as a right winger in the World Cup. So in the 10 role, we will need a midfielder. Or even if Kudus is playing as a 10, in the central midfield role, we will need a midfielder who could take the ball and drive the ball in the middle. That is if the flanks are not working. Majid Ashimero is one guy that we could get that from. So Majid Ashimero needs to be fit for the World Cup. I don't know how visible it is going to be if he is going to be called upon in the World Cup. I don't know. But I think that the Ghana Black Star team, the profiles we have in the team right now, we need Majid Ashimero in the middle. He is that kind of guy who is very, very, very skillful when the ball is, with him. Very, very, very skillful. And he can drive the ball from the midfield to the final third and eventually give some killer passes and we'll get a goal. So, Majid Ashimero, we will need him. All in all, I think congratulations to Ghana. We have done really, really, really well. We will be one of the 9 teams who are automatically qualified for the FIFA World Cup 2026 in Mexico, Canada, and then in the USA. Drop all your comment down below. What do you think about the Ghana Black Stars? What do you think about Kudus? What do you think about Eddie Nketiah and Hudson-Odoi potentially wanting to come back to the Black Stars? Just drop all your comment down below. Let me know your comment. This has been your review for the Black Stars or Ghana versus Comoros in the Accra Sports Stadium in the World Cup qualifiers. The last game in the World Cup qualifiers. Click on the subscribe button, press the post notification bell, follow us on our social media platform. This is Kobo Sports Room, and we have more for you. Thank you so much for your time. Peace.